1474 IE. Even in these late days of imperial domination, some areas upon the surface world still remain wild. The twisting mountains, the thick forests, and isolated islands are among these. One of the northern islands of Vantanas, unlike its fellow isles far less tropical and long considered devoid of valuable resources, has become a recent focus of attention. The discovery of very pure copper ores has silenced the obscurity of Valzakov Isle. However, a very dense and thick forest upon the isle has left the isle mostly unexplored. The wizards have done their best, but scrying can only be so accurate. The time has come to send real explorers to the island to create detailed maps and surveys of the region. Of the few applicants, you have been selected. Granted, the pay is not exactly the best as little danger is anticipated on this mission, but work is work and money is money. You have been given a ride by one of the Empire's many fleet ships patrolling the seas on the constant lookout for raiding pirates. Your mission is to survey the island as best you can in the next 3 months. Surveying the coast was simple. The training you received from the Imperial cartographers was put to simple use. However, as you move your attention to the thick forests inland, things become more difficult. You venture for days in the forest, trying to map out as much as possible, taking note of any interesting objects and/or deposits. Using the surveying tools, you manage to find one area with a decent concentration of silver. Then, one night a storm hit. You ran for cover, but some of your valuable maps were carried away by furious gusts of wind. When the calm returned, you realized that you were lost. However, you are not foolish. Common sense tells that on an island, if you walk one direction and keep going, you must eventually hit the shore. Applying this logic, you select a direction and walk. You walk for an entire day and night is approaching. As the sun sets, you prepare to set up camp. However, another storm is setting in and you don't want to lose your bearings again. Just ahead, you see something peculiar. It appears to be the remains of a settlement, one that seems fairly recent. You had been told this island has always been uninhabited. Perhaps this was not the case. However, as the storm sets in, you have little time to ponder these things. All you know is the place is deserted for now and you should be safe to spend the night. The morning will allow more time to look around and explore. You find a fairly stable hut and set up camp inside. As the storm approaches, rain pours down and fierce winds blow. Fortunately, this time you are shielded by the crude mud walls of this forlorn hut. Despite the roars of wind and thunder, exhaustion from the earlier trek finally takes over and you all fall into an undisturbed sleep. You awaken early the next morning to the sounds of silence just before the sun is about to emerge. You should explore this ruin before heading further. You leave the hut in the morning and look around. The ruined huts are still quite empty and utterly silent. No sign of any intelligent life, just the chirping of birds and the sounds of wildlife. These huts do not look too old, perhaps a few years at most. You wonder what happened to the former residents of this place. You find a ruined temple of sorts. The structure is quite crude, but definitely more advanced than the shattered huts. However, it is still primitive and unimpressive. You look around and see dried blood and other signs of a struggle. You are willing to bet the mystery of the village had something to do with this past struggle. Seems you have solved one part of this mystery. Behind this temple is a hidden area where the now skeletal bodies of many humanoids have been recklessly thrown. Upon closer inspection, the remains are definitely Nephil. Now you know that many bodies have been placed here, but by whom? You now can guess something violent happened here. But many questions have been created by this new discovery. You leave the village with more questions than answers. You know the occupants were nephilim and they probably met a violent end. However, the why and how remain an utter mystery. Perhaps more answers lie ahead. However, most likely you will probably never know. You stumble into a small, damp cavern. The passage ahead quickly branches off in two directions. In the distance you hear strange drops and hisses. There is something about this cavern that makes you feel very uncomfortable. You cannot pin it down, but the atmosphere is quite spooky. Just ahead you see the remains of a quite recent campsite. Two nephilim have been heavily clawed to death in their sleep. The smell of decay is ripe and cannot be over a few days old. A trail of blood leads away from the campsite and toward you. Needless to say, this does not ease your queasiness about this cavern. A chilly breeze comes from this passage. You swear that in the wind you hear a whisper saying,
"Stay back."
Three shades materialize out of the cool air. These creatures are likely responsible for haunting this cavern. They clearly don't want you to leave either. You slay the last of the three shades haunting this cavern. The spooky atmosphere has been lifted like a heavy weight from this place. You manage to find a concealed passage in the rocks. You look beyond and you see some ruins of a floor pattern you've never seen before. Unfortunately, the back wall has caved in, burying most of it. A spirit floats silently above a rune, making no move. Beside it is a shimmering crystal box. At least you think it's a box. The figure stares at you blankly and does nothing else. A spirit floats above the rune, watching you silently. It makes no motion of any sort. It just watches and waits. What are you? It floats toward you and responds.
I was what will never be again. I am countless centuries past, and I bring a warning.
Warning? What warning do you bring?
This island is cursed. Leave here, or become a prisoner for all eternity.
Prisoner, what do you mean?
Those who die here are dead here forever. Leave before this place claims your spirit. Leave this island.
The spirit fades away. You touch the crystal box and the cover automatically slides open. The rest of the box grows dark. You peer inside and see a black dagger. You shine a light closer and it seems to absorb all light. You have found a very strange artifact in an unexpected and remote place. You wonder who put this here. You encounter a small group of nephilim guarding this passage. You may be closer to finding out what happened to the village to the southwest. You approach to talk to them and they look surprised to see outsiders. They have probably never seen humans in their lives and they follow their primal instinct to treat fear with hostility. Sadly, you will not be able to question them. You prepare to defend yourself. You had no choice but to hack up the poor ignorant guards. You meant them no harm, but they did not know better. You hope that future encounters are not nearly as hostile. However, you have a feeling other residents will not take too kindly to this slaying even under the forced circumstances. You emerge from the forest and find a small clearing with an outcropping to the north. Along the face of the outcropping rests a decently sized village. You were told this island was completely uninhabited. At least, that is what the wizards who scryed it thought. You wonder how a village like this escaped being detected. You encounter another band of nephilim. This one is a bit larger than the one you were forced to fight before. Also, it seems a lot better organized as it makes no move to advance upon you. Unfortunately, you cannot get past them without a fight. Taking them on would surely only anger this tribe further. Back away. You back away, not wanting to anger this tribe further. The Nephil only look at you suspiciously, but make no move to follow. Probably wise to avoid an incident. Upon entering the village, you are immediately surrounded by guards. At least this time, the reaction is not openly hostile, but they are definitely not happy to see outsiders intruding upon their village. One of the guards speaks in a rough and raspy voice.
Outsiders. Our scouts have informed us you slew our guards to the south. Surrender to us now and our leader will be merciful.
The guards stare at you uneasily, waiting for a response. Wait, we had no choice. We were attacked first and had to defend ourselves. The guard ponders your response.
It is not my say as to what actions will be taken. Our leader is wise and benevolent. If it is as you say, she will grant you amnesty. But you must show us good faith and surrender your weapons.
The guards watch even more nervously. Some of them prepare to draw their weapons. Your presence is causing them great agitation and they want quick resolution. Your claims of innocence only make them more tense. All right, we will cooperate and surrender our weapons. The guards instantly look relieved that they do not have to fight you.
Wise choice. Our leader will see you immediately.
The guards take your weapons and lead you to a large wooden structure on the other side of the village. The building is quite impressive, especially considering it was built by some isolated tribe of nephilim. You are led through the halls of the wooden fortress. You hope the leader of this tribe is as merciful as the guards said. You are brought before the leader of this isolated tribe. Her fur has an unusual blue hue. You guess that it has some sort of dye, although you cannot be sure. Her poise is tall and confident. Her eyes can pierce right into your soul. On her left shoulder is an eerie rune shaped like a sort of cross. You cannot make it out, but it radiates some kind of strange force. The leader looks each of you over, in exquisite detail, before saying anything. It feels quite eerie, like every part of you is somehow being scanned. Once she is satisfied, she begins to speak.
Outsiders, you trespass upon our domain, and I hear you have slain the guards to the south. This is a very serious crime. What have you to say for this?
We were sent to explore this island. We encountered your guards and they attacked us. We had to defend ourselves. The leader ponders your response.
Yes, they were instructed to keep away anything they thought hostile. Questioning was not part of their orders and they were doing just as told. I commend them for that.
She grins.
Besides, if they were not strong enough to take you, they probably deserved to be killed anyway, or at least not deserving of being guardians of this village.
She looks down and ponders. At last she murmurs to herself.
Need more rigorous selection processes.
Her voice trails. Why do you say they deserve to be killed? She smiles excitedly.
We have a philosophy, a code of laws that is structured in such a way to reward the merit of the individual. Those who are strong of body and wit succeed. Those who are not, well, we have laws to ensure only the strong are allowed to breed. That way we can always be continually improving our society. We have seen unprecedented productivity even in the last few years.
So how do you enforce these laws of yours? She brings her hands together and grins like a true fanatic.
Oh, that is so easy when you have everyone watching everyone. We reward our youth for finding weaknesses in their peers. This behavior is similar for adults. Our culture drives us to root out weakness in each other and inspires everyone to perform past their limits. This inherent productivity has made us strong, and the only consequence is hurting a few to benefit the greater good. The beauty is that these ideas are perfectly logical. It is the natural order of nature. The weak get destroyed. The farmer only plants the seeds of the best crop for the next harvest.
What happens to those deemed weak? Her voice begins to shake and sound uncomfortable.
Well, it depends on the severity of the defect. If it is small, then they are usually allowed to live peacefully so long as they do not breed. Ones with greater defects that are real detriments to our society, or those who try to challenge our ideals, are banished to the wilderness. If they resist further, they leave us no choice but to kill them.
She sighs.
Regrettable. But the road to perfection is not easy.
Is not killing people just because they cannot measure up a little harsh? Her eyes narrow as she becomes somewhat annoyed.
Outsiders, you do not understand our customs and should not judge them. You have your own ways, and we have ours. Let us leave it at that. Speaking of which, you really do not belong here and should be leaving as soon as you can. You may stay here and rest as our guest, but do not linger, for my people are not familiar with outsiders.
Before we can leave, we would like to know how to reach the shore. She grins, hearing your desire to leave.
That is simple. Leave this village, head east and then north along the rocky ridge. Continue following the forest trail a long way and you should find it.
There is a long pause.
Oh yes, I will inform the guards to let you through immediately. I suppose there is nothing else you need and you should be leaving soon. This meeting has already wasted my time and I need to get back to work.
She nods and gestures with her hands to leave in an authoritative motion. This place has a strange philosophy. You should leave, but learning more about this group of Nephil may be more interesting than a mere geologic survey. The question of them being completely undetected remains unanswered, as is the fate of the village to the south. You are willing to bet there is more than what is on the surface here. Arivan looks somewhat annoyed that you have returned to her after explicitly telling you to leave the village as soon as possible. She puts aside the orders she is writing, sighs, and looks up at you blankly. This fortress you have is quite impressive. She grins.
It is a credit to our people, strong and intelligent. Building this structure was a feat only an advanced society such as ourselves could achieve. You could learn something from this, outsiders.
Little does she know, your empire has achieved far more than this small village could ever hope to, and without draconian policies. It would be unwise to debate her, so you let the matter drop. The people here seem constantly worried. Do you see that as a problem? She scowls.
Look, you really should be leaving. Your presence is disturbing us. I give you free passage here, but I cannot guarantee your safety completely. For your own sake, I suggest you leave soon.
You notice how she dodged your question because she clearly does not want you to answer it. Nor does she want you around to deliver a different perspective to her people. Do you know where we can get supplies?
Ask the merchants of this village. I am sure they will deal with you fairly.
She immediately goes back to her work, uninterested in speaking with you. Before you stands a smug nephilim shaman. He prances about his lab like the emperor in Solaria, carrying a bottle of icky dark green goo. Arrogantly, he almost walks right through you. You greet him and he turns and grunts.
Yes.
He asks in an annoyed tone, "What do you do for this village, shaman?"
I am the greatest alchemist in this forest.
He states matter-of-factly.
I produce potions so our forces can extract the best talent and build the perfect society.
How do you feel about the quest for perfection?
It is our holy quest, our calling from the gods.
This isle must be made pure of all weakness and trouble. In a few generations, all the old afflictions of disease, incompetence, and disobedience will be removed.
His eyes gloss over as he mindlessly recites his ritualistic creed.
It will truly be wonderful.
He adds in full belief. So your children will not have these afflictions either? Did you consider that?
Oh yes, of course.
He clears his throat.
You see, parents spread their traits on to their children. Children are a mix of their family's traits, predominantly the parents and grandparents. I do not deny there will be difficulties and some children may still be defective, but over time we will prevail. We will make this island as clean as if the gods lived here themselves.
Are you sure forcing perfection is the right thing to do? He looks very confused, as if the thought had not crossed his mind ever before.
Not right? Why, it is our manifest destiny given by the gods upon high. The gods cannot be wrong. They are perfect, as we will soon be.
After speaking, he gives you a very concerned, if not startled gaze. You clearly have said something that is taboo in this village. I have another question. What is the purpose of this lab?
We fabricate potions for our soldiers so they can defend the ideals of our tribe. The battles they face in our holy quest are bloody in the extreme. Potions can change the odds in any battle.
He looks you over.
I am sure distant travelers like yourselves are well aware of this fact.
And indeed you are. Tell me more about your armies. He clears his throat and grudgingly speaks to you.
They number in the hundreds. They train in the glade to the south. Best trained army on this entire island, they are, a testament to Arrivan's wise leadership.
He grins.
I wouldn't go over there if I were you. I doubt they would take too kindly to outsiders.
You can tell by the inflection of his voice that he really wants you to go over there just to get you away from him if nothing else. Could we buy some of your potions for the journey home?
Absolutely not.
He roars.
These potions are for our soldiers. We need them to defend ourselves, our vision, to complete our destiny. We cannot spare a single resource in this effort.
There is a long, uncomfortable pause.
Now, is there anything else? I really must get back to work. My tribe needs me.
That's all for now. Thanks. You walk outside of the main hall into the streets of Vikida. All of the residents look at you nervously and turn away. Everyone seems to want to not notice you, but cannot help it. You sense an odd tension and fear in this place. A young nephilim stands quietly in this cell. His fur is dirty and ragged, and his body looks to be the victim of several wounds. Yet this one remains calm and strong. You see the light of confidence in his eyes. He looks you over curiously. He probably has never seen humans before. Despite this, he does not exude any visible fear. After he is satisfied you do not mean him harm, he bows and waits for you to speak. You look in rough shape. What are you doing here?
I was captured for spying. They kept me alive, trying to break me, hoping that I would talk. The fools. Their tortures only make me stronger. I am not afraid to die if necessary to stop this madness.
Spying? For whom?
There are many of us who either do not agree with the philosophy of Arrivan's leadership. There are others who could not measure up to the strict and really nonsensical standards she applies. We are the exiles, the banished. We seek to overturn this current course of destruction our people are on. We are ever growing in strength. One day, we will strike. Until then, we look for weaknesses.
That is very noble. How could I join? He grins and chuckles.
Perhaps, but not now. You are not trusted yet. It would be a great risk to try and recruit outsiders. However, it may be wise to consider you, but not yet.
Perhaps I could help you escape to show you my loyalty. He chuckles again.
I do not need your help with that. Even in captivity, I continue to gather intelligence. When the time comes, I will escape.
There is a pause as Klinger thinks.
Perhaps there is something you could do to prove your loyalty. There is something I want to look at, an important document. Trying to reach it would be risky. I speak of the journal of Arrivan herself. Fortunately, there is a passage to her chambers. In the back of this structure is a small storeroom. On the wall you should see an elk's head. Pull the left horn to reveal a passage. Find her journal and report anything interesting to me. Be careful, the book may be trapped.
We could be very useful to you. You really should consider us.
And we shall, if we know we can trust you. However, we do not know your motivations, your philosophies, your allegiances. Perhaps if you establish your trust with us.
That's all for now. Thanks. The Empire has asked you to perform a survey of the Valzakov Isle. Unfortunately, you lost your maps and need to find the shore so that you can relocate yourself. Klinger, a Nephil imprisoned in Vikida, has asked you to break into the chambers of Arrivan, the Nephil leader, and read her journal to evaluate her future plans. This Nephil archer is carving a bow. He looks worried and pays every great deal of attention to his work. The unfamiliar presence of outsiders is clearly not helping the situation.
Welcome to my store,
he says. A long awkward pause follows. You sell archery supplies? I'd like to buy some. Baron nervously inspects the quality of each of his items for any sign of imperfections. This ensures a high-quality product for you. You finish shopping. Is something making you nervous? He looks suspicious at your asking.
Oh, yes, no.
He clears his throat.
It's just that I must be careful to produce the highest quality product for our tribe, especially to our soldiers.
Baron looks around and says quietly,
There are already rumors going around, so I have to be extra careful.
"What rumors are going around?"
One of my bows broke in battle, or so I have heard. The archer accused me of shoddy workmanship.
He says angrily. Baron sighs and continues.
Of course, that's not true. He probably misused it. At any rate, I have to be careful that every product I produce is of superior quality these days. Not that it wasn't before, but I have to be extra careful now.
"You supply the archery equipment for the soldiers?"
Not all of it. A good deal, yes.
He replies with a suspicious glare as if you asked an inappropriate question. He lets the subject drop and continues his carving. A stout nephilim waits quietly behind the counter. You approach and she speaks.
"Good day, outsiders. Got food here. Want any?"
The nephilim palate does not perfectly match the one you are used to. However, some of the food seems edible to you. Food would sound very good. I have a long journey ahead. Many of the items Lair has for sale, such as skinned rat, are unappealing to you. However, you manage to find things that you find appealing, or at least edible. You finish shopping. What is the latest news here in this tribe? She purrs, annoyed.
"I'm a merchant. I sell food and not associate with outsiders. Are you going to buy something or not?"
"No, I don't really need anything right now."
"Then I guess we have nothing to talk about."
She turns away quite rudely. This room is full of the sounds of joyous laughter and carries the atmosphere of a seedy tavern. Although the inhabitants are nephilim and you do not recognize the games, the same desires remain constant for both races. You notice an individual at the table by himself eyeing you curiously. This gruff-looking nephil sits quietly in the corner. He actually seems interested in talking to you. As you approach, he looks you over to size you up. At last he nods and introduces himself.
"I am Nablar, welcome visitors."
You notice that he called you visitors and not outsiders. Very different indeed. Why do you want to speak with me?
"I am curious about you, outsiders."
There is that term again.
"I must say, we have never really seen anyone like you. That is of interest to me. I want to know about your society. Will you tell me?"
Tell him about the empire and your lands. You tell him as much as you can about the place where you are from, about the empire that rules totally over the 4 continents, about your mission here on Valzakov. He nods.
"That is very interesting. It is indeed nice to know of the world off of this island. Now, is there anything you would like to know about us?"
Tell me about this forest.
"We are in Vikida, the strongest tribe of this island. There are many others, but they are in hiding. They fear us, and for good reason. Many of the other tribes have been wiped out by Arivan. However, there are those who fight back. They are called the Resistance and are very mysterious."
We encountered a village to the south that was abandoned. Was it purged too?
"I don't know for sure. It is very likely in the current state of affairs."
He says in a very businesslike manner.
"I suppose, then, you know of the gruesome truth behind this tribe. Everyone knows it, but very few see the horrors for themselves. Arivan does a good job glamorizing her holy quest."
So then what do you think about your tribe?
"I don't.
He states matter-of-factly.
I suggest you do not either. At least, do not voice your opinions. It will likely get you harmed."
I have another question. Tell me about Arivan.
She is a capable leader. Very strong, charismatic, determined, and overall obsessed with her holy quest. Only the brave dare question her policies and tactics. Arivan makes sure that those who disagree with her are eliminated in a timely fashion. It keeps everything running smoother. Whatever you do, do not cause her trouble openly. It will do no good for anyone.
I want to know about the resistance.
There is not too much I can tell you. They are a group of brave people who fight against her conquest. Some are of this tribe, many have had their tribes purged. They have many spies and agents throughout the forest. The rumor is that their base is to the east, but I doubt that those things are very accurate.
A very muscular nephilim with singed fur tends to the forge. He paces around confidently and approaches.
Greetings, outsiders. I am Perdun. I have heard of you, and Arivan commands me to assist.
Judging from the icy and fearful reception you have received thus far, you doubt he is being completely sincere. You run this forge? He wears a proud smile upon your mention of this.
Yes, I make the best metalwork in the entire forest. No one disagrees, no one dares challenge my skill. I suppose you are more interested in buying things than hearing me brag. I have an assortment of weapons and armor available that will get you through this dangerous forest.
I'd like to see your supply of weapons. The highest quality armaments in all of Valzakov are produced here, or so he claims. Of course, this is not much by Empire standards, but the quality is still superior. You finish shopping. I need some armor. You finish shopping. Why would anyone challenge your skill?
Our society is motivated by being the best in your art. Anything less is frowned upon. By some fortune, and good heritage, I am so skilled that few practice the art of smithing for fear they will be looked down upon. This is not true of others. For instance, Baron the Archer and Endora the Shaman are two people who are being challenged. It's a messy affair, often leaving the victim without sleep and peace of mind.
Well, at least it ensures the best survive, correct?
So they say. I remain unconvinced, however. But, that is the way we operate. It seems to have worked so far, and quite well.
Couldn't you get in trouble for voicing such sentiments?
Yes, I could. I'm sure there are those who do not like it. However, there is not much they can do about it. They need me, you see. So I can speak as I want, so long as I do not get too loud, if you get my saying.
A Nephil shaman paces about this shrine nervously. She seems like she gets very little sleep and looks in bad shape. A sad state of affairs for a supposed religious leader. Your presence is not helping at all either. She tries to conduct business as usual and ignore your presence while keeping an uneasy eye on you. Eventually she approaches.
Outsiders, what do you seek at this temple?
Are you in charge of this shrine?
Oh yes.
She says hastily.
I am. At least I am for now. I hope I still am tomorrow.
She shakes her head in fear. She clears her throat and attempts to hide her feelings.
Yes. I provide healing. My knowledge of item lore is strong as well, so I can identify your things. I have been instructed to help you, if you so need.
She nervously awaits a response, a negative one she hopes you sense. Would you identify my items for me?
My fee is a mere 10 gold per item.
What do you mean that you may not be in charge tomorrow? She seems very nervous that you asked. She kneels close as if to make a deeply personal confession.
I have heard that some seek my position. They spread rumors about me, that I sympathize with the resistance.
She grows angry and her voice raises.
It is all a lie, I promise.
Her voice grows very quiet again.
Truth seems to mean little these days. It's all politics and favors.
Who are your enemies?
I have suspicions. They are members of the army, captains who desire a more militant presence in this temple.
She looks around nervously.
I have already said too much. There are already those who watch me now.
Tell me about the resistance.
That is not a topic we should discuss. They oppose our tribe's advance. I do not think anything else needs to be said.
She seems unwilling to say anything else. You let the subject drop as quickly as it came up. What do you know of politics in Vikida? She sighs angrily.
I know not your customs, outsiders, and how your tribe may work, but here the slightest suspicion can get one into trouble. You should leave quickly, before you have an accident.
She looks at you closely and whispers.
Just remember, the people here are not all bad. Just afraid and misguided. Thank you for listening to my troubles. Take this and go.
She discreetly slips you a potion and nods. She turns away from you, still quite nervous. You are still somewhat confused by this offering. This must be the elk head Klinger told you about. You look at the left horn and notice a peculiar mechanical aspect to it. Pulling it should reveal a passage into a Riven's chambers. Pull the horn. You pull the horn, and the wall next to it shimmers. You notice the magically induced outline of a secret door. A crude magical espionage technique, but an effective one. This appears to be a Riven's journal. It is a messy thing stuffed with lots of loose notes. You notice several green runes on the corner of the book. Looks like a crude magical ward. Reading the book would be risky. Read it. As you open the book, the runes fizzle slightly. You feel an odd sensation, but the feeling quickly passes. You wait and nothing visible happens. After several seconds, you decide to page through it. The journal details all of Arrivan's ramblings on achieving a perfect society and her path to purity. The details and beliefs seem quite warped. You wonder how these radical beliefs became valued in this tribe. As you page through, you read passages of how she cleansed several small villages of those who were inadequate for perfection. From the notes, you can bet that is what happened to the village to the south. More recently, however, Arrivan seems obsessed with the tribe of Asmur to the north. She seems intrigued by their technological advancement, but laments their rejection of perfectionist ideals. She sees them as a threat to the achievement of true perfection and her own power and has concluded they must be eliminated. Read on. Over the past months, it seems, Arrivan has been deploying sizable forces to the north in preparation for a lightning strike force that will utterly eliminate the threat to her power. Of the many notes you find crammed in the journal, one reads, "I have infiltrated Asmur. I hope I am now worthy." It isn't signed. So Arrivan has a spy. You take the note. You doubt she will notice with so much clutter. The final entry details that the plan is almost ready to be carried out. She will strike at the most opportune moment, that will be very soon. However, she does not go into specifics. Klinger would definitely be very interested in this. You try to remember as many details as possible before closing the journal. Klinger looks at you calmly. He bows and says,
What do you need, outsiders?
"I have read Arrivan's journal as you have asked. Tell him about it." You tell him about Arrivan's chamber and the protective runes. Klinger adds,
I figured you would have better luck with those runes. Those things are dumb. If they see something unfamiliar, they just do nothing. Anyway, continue.
You tell him about the imminent attack on the tribe of Asmur. He seems quite disturbed by this. You give him the note and fill him in on as many details as you can remember.
We suspected she was up to something big. We noticed movement of her soldiers, but we were unsure why. That is why I was sent here. Now that I know what I need to, I can escape.
Will you need my help to escape? He grins.
No, not at all. Escaping will be easy, almost trivial. However, the journey to Asmur will not be easy. If you want to help me more, come with me and help me travel to the north. The people of Asmur must be warned as soon as possible. They are a powerful, but secretive, tribe. If they are to fight off Arrivan, they will need to know as much as possible about the threat they face. I would confer with my leaders, but time is too short. We must leave immediately.
Arrivan is preparing to launch a surprise attack upon the tribe of Asmur to the north. Their only hope is if they are warned prior to the assault.
I suppose I really should tell you how I'm getting out of here. We cannot go out the way you came in. The guards will recognize me and kill us all. In fact, as long as I am with you, I would not enter this building. Our means of escape is in the northern cell. Let's go there, and we can get out of here. Let's see. I believe it's right here. There it is. Come on. Okay, now we're out of there. The best way to escape Vikida is through a secret tunnel in one of the storerooms on the northern part of the village. I believe it is the westernmost storeroom. From there we should be able to reach Asmur without having to contend with the Vikida guards. We need to keep a low profile from now on and should definitely not return to this building. Let's go? This way. It was lucky we were able to find this small system of caverns so close to Vikida. We had to dig some tunnels, but the work was worth it. Our operatives can sneak in and out of the village as needed. Notice these runes. They help conceal the tunnel from magical detection. Thus far they seem to have worked. However, we try to limit our use of it to evade detection.
These wards are quite simple and crude, insufficient to conceal this Nephil civilization from the skilled Empire wizards. Another mystery still remains. Klinger jibes.
If, for some reason, we need to return to Vikida, we can use this passage. As long as we stay out of Arrivan's fortress, I should be able to disguise myself well enough. Asmur is a strange tribe, almost as advanced as Vikida, and nothing like the barbaric tribes Arrivan slaughtered. They were an obvious ally, but when we approached them, they were reluctant to help or do anything. They're very secretive, quite content keeping to their corner of the forest. Couldn't get much out of them. Perhaps Arrivan's attack will bring them to our cause. Oh, take a left here. We're almost to the end of the tunnel. We should surface on the other side of the outcropping north of Vikida. From there, we should be able to continue northward until we reach Asmur. I hope our warning is enough. Arrivan is known to be very cruel with those who cross her. I know firsthand. Arrivan takes delight in personally inflicting pain upon her more worthy captives. I won't pretend to understand her madness. There, that ladder will take us to the surface. I hope you brought enough food. This will be a nice walk through some rough terrain ahead.
Klinger looks at a subtle marking on one of the trees.
According to this, we should head west from here. Asmur is due northwest. I've never actually traveled this route, but others were nice enough to leave markings. To the west is one of the villages that was wiped out by Arrivan. All those who were inadequate or refused to join were slaughtered. Many who escaped joined the resistance from this place. From here we should go north and try to veer west slightly. Be careful. Arrivan likely has scouts out here. We are not too far from Vikida, and as we near Asmur, we need to watch for hostile soldiers.
This village, much like the one you first encountered, was burned to the ground and all of the residents were killed. All that remains is an eerie skeleton of a once happy, small nephilim tribe. You leave this carnage behind, wondering what would cause anyone to commit such a repulsive act. You are approached by a group of patrolling Vikida soldiers. Upon seeing you, they look alarmed at the strangers before them. They have probably never seen humans before. Unfortunately, the typical way to respond to fear is with hostility. They attack. A small detachment of undead guard this passage. There is no indication of why they are here or what they are guarding. The only way to find out is to hack through them. Fight them. You draw your weapons. As you approach, the simple-minded creatures lumber toward you. You come to what was once a very beautiful and serene shrine out here in the forest. Nicely tended rows of trees fill the landscape and clear water channels have been dug out to worship the Nephil gods. However, something is very wrong. Undead forces have defiled this grotto and transformed it into a playground of rancor and decay. This altar was set out to worship some native nephilim god. Like the rest of this grotto, it too has been desecrated. What a sad sight. The Nephil who built this sanctuary put a lot of hard work into making it a place of restoration and healing. Now it is all corrupt. Bones and skeletons are thrown about. A pool of water for meditation has been tainted and is now foul. A horrid stench hangs in the air, even worse than the rest of this grotto. Upon inspecting the wall, you stumble into a secret passage. The floor is scalded black and is made of basalt. The smell of sulfur and decay hangs thicker in the air than anywhere else. You sense the evil magic about this place grow stronger. You must be nearing the source. You match eyes with the master of this place. His dead stare is penetrating and unrelenting fiery green. His body radiates a dark essence and instills fear into you just by being around him. He silently motions his hands forward and the undead spring to life at his command. You strike down the necrophil, the evil Nephil shaman that corrupted this beautiful shrine. Hopefully one day this monument to serenity will be restored. This village, much like the one you first encountered, was burned to the ground and all of the residents were killed. All that remains is an eerie skeleton of a once happy, small Nephilim tribe. You leave this carnage behind, wondering what would cause anyone to commit such a repulsive act. You discover the body of a Nephilim. He was recently slain and stripped of all equipment. You notice, however, that whoever killed him missed a small silver ring. If you want it, it would easily be yours. He does not need it anymore. Take the ring. You take the ring off the corpse's finger. You feel a bit queasy about robbing the dead, but you manage to get over it anyway. You are approached by a group of patrolling Vikida soldiers. Upon seeing you, they look alarmed at the strangers before them. They have probably never seen humans before. Unfortunately, the typical way to respond to fear is with hostility. They attack.
The guards are staring at us. Just keep quiet and head north to the main hall. Look at this city. It was once very great and advanced. Now it seems to have fallen into disrepair, a tribe in decline.
If you thought the people of Vikida were paranoid of outsiders, they are nothing like the people of Asmur. The merchants refuse to really talk with you, let alone sell you any of their goods. Disgusted, you walk away. A tall and confident Nephil shaman approaches you.
Greetings. I am Valzir, advisor of Lanther, chieftain of this tribe. What business brings you to our humble village?
Valzir quietly waits for an answer. He seems much less unnerved by your presence than the others in this village. We bring grave news about your village. It is vital we see your chieftain. The shaman looks very suspicious. He weighs his options, realizing this could be some kind of elaborate ruse.
No, we do not trust you. I would not endanger the life of our chieftain on a mere whim. We are not trusting of outsiders and will not make an exception to strange beings like you without proof.
Klinger speaks loudly.
Proof. No amount of proof would be sufficient for you. I bring word from the resistance. Arivan plots against you this very moment. The risk of not letting us see your leader is far greater than giving our message.
Valzir thinks.
The resistance, eh? Perhaps it is wise to let you see our chieftain then. Although we're leery of you, we know better than to doubt you much. Come, see our chieftain.
Valzir turns and motions for you to follow. Klinger turns to you and whispers.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's follow. Chieftain of Asmur, I, Klinger of the Resistance, bring you grave news. Our common enemy, the expansionist tribe of Vikida, is at this very moment preparing an assault upon your village. The attack could arrive at any moment. Arivan and her tribe have already mercilessly purged several villages. She will definitely give you similar treatment. We also bring evidence that your tribe has been infiltrated.
He hands over the note from Arivan's journal. Lanther looks somewhat disturbed.
This was from Arivan's journal. You should trust us. Please heed this warning. We share a common interest, and you must take up arms against the imminent threat you face.
Lanther ponders Klinger's plea.
We have seen the actions of Arivan and her insanity. We wish to stay out of these conflicts, and we have indicated to her we want no part of her quest. This news hardly surprises me. A plan to ward off the forces of Vikida has already been developed. Your warning has confirmed our fears. Now we must enact the plan.
He looks over to one of his subordinates.
Vorden, inform our guards and begin defensive preparations.
The Nephil bows and departs the chamber.
As far as the infiltration, we do not allow outsiders and are ever watchful of them. If anyone has infiltrated us, it must be at a low level. Still, we will be watchful of any peculiarities. Your warning has been very useful. Now we must prepare. You must be leaving as soon as you are ready. I will permit our merchants to deal with you.
All due respect, my lord, but we could be of assistance to you. Although we are few, a couple more fighters could not hurt.
This is where you resistance types do not understand our culture. We wish no interference in our affairs. We do not trust outsiders. They are bound to betray us eventually. How are we to know your cause is sincere? You could be here to sabotage our defenses. We do not know your real motives and cannot trust you. We can defend ourselves. We are prepared. Now go.
I fear you are making a grave mistake with your mistrust. If we remain divided, we are doomed to fall. But we will do as you ask. We shall leave immediately.
Lanther looks very busy, probably preparing for the imminent attack. You doubt the leader will have much time to speak with you. How fares Asmur? Lanther looks somewhat worried. Despite this, his speech remains confident.
The preparations for the attack continue as planned. Soon everything will be in place. Our culture will be preserved.
Can you tell us about your culture? He shakes his head.
I have no time. If all is as you say, we will be under attack, and we must prepare. Soon I will go and inspect the guards to ensure all is in place. Besides, outsiders would never understand.
You underestimate our abilities, chieftain. You should not be so suspicious of outsiders.
I do not need your lectures, outsiders. Go now.
He says coldly as he waves you away and continues his planning. Your words will not change these people. They have felt this way for too long. The merchants of Asmur hesitate to deal with you. Their culture strongly emphasizes isolation from all other tribes, and you are from a land far stranger to them. However, the chieftain has ordered them to deal with you. They do not make conversation. They immediately present their goods without a word. The forge at Asmur is actually quite sophisticated and produces decent quality equipment by any primitive standards. The blacksmith reluctantly sells to you. The nephilim diet on this isolated island is different than the one you are accustomed to. However, some of the items are edible to you. Archery is a strong art for nephilim, even on this isolated island. For such a primitive tribe, the workmanship is of high quality. The shaman watches you very closely with extreme suspicion. It is as if the presence of outsiders deeply offends him. You seriously doubt you will get much assistance from him. What can you tell us about Asmur? He responds unwillingly.
All you see is what there is to know. We prefer to be left alone and not mess with the affairs of the outside world. We are happy here. Out there is only sadness. That is all I can tell you about us, outsider.
Can you provide assistance to us? He sighs.
I have been told to provide what assistance I can. I am learned in the healing arts and can provide full healing for 100 gold per person.
I don't require healing. Perhaps you could help with something else. Spells, perhaps? He shakes his head.
Teaching an outsider is not in the realm of help I was told to give. That would be an egregious crime to commit. No, only healing. That is all I can offer you.
Village. Under attack. Ugh.
We can help.
No. Chieftain says not. Stay here.
My gods!
Our chances?
Slim. Our people. Being slaughtered. As we speak, this hall is our last stand.
Vorden is missing. No one has seen him. Since the last meeting. He betrayed us.
It seems so. It hardly matters now.
Lord, we should escape.
And run to where? We fight with honor. To our end. But they should go.
Our history may help them. Our wisdom should not be lost.
Yes, bring them the scrolls.
I should carry them to make sure they are used.
Valzir, you will be our last vessel.
I will not fail you.
Go now, while there's still time. Good luck.
Come. There is a passage in the furthest room of the eastern part of this hall. We must hurry.
Several scrolls have the history of the now purged tribe of Asmur. You have been told that the resistance may find them useful in fighting Arivan. Lanther looks very ghostly. He knows that time is running out for him and his village. His defenses have failed, and his people are being slaughtered. It appears he waits for the inevitable. He turns to you and says hoarsely,
"Get going. There is an escape to the east in one of the offices. Valzir will show the way. Go, before it is too late."
Time goes short. Go.
You climb down a passage dug out of dirt and held by wooden supports. As you do, you hear the sounds of screams and shouting. The great hall of Asmur is about to fall. You move quickly down the passage. Eventually, you emerge in thick brush. Valzir turns and collapses the tunnel with his magic so no one may follow. You have just escaped Asmur. Valzir turns to Klinger.
We need to take these scrolls to the resistance. What is the best way to get there?
Klinger responds.
I fear it is very far. The forest will take us very near Vikida. In light of the recent attack, I would wager there are soldiers all around. Also, sneaking a group through there will not be easy.
Valzir begins to think.
Perhaps there is another way.
Valzir looks through the scrolls. Klinger looks carefully. It appears to be a map of the surrounding area. Valzir points to one of the circles on the map.
There. Long ago, Asmur managed to build several teleportation platforms. They are risky, but no more so than the route you describe. It can take us past Vikida. What say you, Klinger?
Klinger considers the options.
How confident are you these will work?
Valzir responds.
They have not been used in some time, but, from what I've been told, they worked quite efficiently.
Klinger ponders.
If you say they will work, I say we take them.
He looks at the map.
From here we need to head almost due east to reach the nearest one. Let's go?
There.
Points Valzir.
Not too much farther. That is the teleportation platform that we seek.
He searches through the scrolls. He pulls out one sheet of papyrus.
These instructions will tell us how to work it when we reach there. I will attempt to figure out what needs to be done.
All eyes turn to Valzir. He looks over the platform, circling it several times. You notice the device to be quite crude compared to the toys the Empire has. The development of this crude structure alone, however, was an achievement.
I just need to charge each node and focus the energy at the center and we are off. Now step on the platform.
You all do nervously. Valzir chants and the platform glows. Suddenly there is a bright flash in concert with a loud boom. The forest twists around you in a span of time that could be from a split second to an hour. With a second loud clap, you all fall to the floor of the pedestal. Your senses return as you awaken. The scenery is definitely different. It appears the teleportation pedestal has worked. Klinger looks at Valzir's map.
From here we need to head due south. We'll run into a rocky outcropping. Head east around it, and we will be there.
You stumble onto another small nephilim village. Unlike just about every previous encounter on this island, they are actually very friendly and welcoming. The suspicion must have not reached this far. You sit down and enjoy some refreshing berries, and they tell you news of seeing people to the south but no village. You also hear about some strange walking statue to the west. As you are about to leave, one of their merchants offers to take you to his store. Go to the store. The people in this isolated village are the friendliest you have yet encountered on this island. The goods are also reasonably priced. You find some very large mushrooms in this moist glade. You deduce that these are toadstools, a valuable alchemical ingredient. Pick the toadstools. You pick the toadstools. It will be a long time before they grow back. You will probably be long off the island by then. You encounter a walking, living statue out here in the wild. A golem. Who would have the power to create such a powerful magical artifact in these primitive, isolated surroundings? Fortunately, the golem does not seem hostile or interested in you at all. It seems very old and run down. You wonder how long it has been here. Approach the golem. You approach the golem and it just walks right past you. You get close to do some visual inspection, and all you can tell is that it is very old. You find no indication of who created it. Destroy the golem. You draw your weapons and attempt to smash the golem. Unfortunately, its primal defense mechanisms are still active. You manage to hack apart the golem. One of its power crystals remains intact and still emits a good deal of energy. You get a warm, vibrant feeling near it, so you take it. You inspect the remains of the golem, and all you find is the word Zion engraved into its inner machinery. You have no idea what this means. You discover a mysterious marvel of engineering. Several large stone pillars have been erected here in a circular pattern. Centuries, perhaps even millennia, of erosion has worn away at the spires. It is really quite impressive. Unfortunately, there is no marking to tell you who erected this structure and for what purpose. At the center of the stone circle is a slightly elevated platform that has worn, but still markable, decorations. It must have been quite a sight when it was new. At the center of the platform is a glowing rune. It is a gold triangle with a circle at each point colored red, green, and blue. A strange tree-like spirit frolics in these bushes. You conclude this creature is probably a dryad. They tend to be friendly, but can be highly unpredictable creatures and should be dealt with caution. Approach the dryad. You approach the dryad. She looks at you carefully, scanning you over. There is a long, uncertain pause as she ponders her next action. Eventually, she decides to approach you.
Greetings, strange creatures. I am Vanessa, a dryad of this forest. Great evil has come here and resonates throughout the woods, infecting the trees at the roots and poisoning this place. I sense you are here for a fate. You may be the one to destroy this great evil. Not all is certain, but perhaps I can help you. I can lend you some of the power of this forest to aid you. However, be warned, only those of pure intent can wield the power of these woods. Do you want to take my gift?
Accept the power.
I am glad to see that you accept the risk. Your bravery is enough to show your pure intent.
Vanessa begins to focus her powers and the forest around her comes to life.
Those that can use magic to call upon the creatures of this forest will have their spell enhanced. Use this augmented power from the forest to heal it.
Several shades huddle around some strange crystalline object. They seem intently focused on it and do not notice you. They huddle so close that, in order to get to the object, you would reveal your presence to them. Approach the spirits. As you get closer, the crystalline object appears to be some kind of strange alien container. The spirits seem to worship it very intently. However, these beings generally seek the life force of healthy adventurers like you. Your living energy is enough to draw them away once you get too close.
Nice.
With the spirits dead, you approach the crystalline container. Upon your touch, the magical seal breaks open and the lid slides away. You peer inside and see a softly glowing garment, a robe. You take it from the alien container. As you remove its contents, the container dissolves, leaving no indication that it was there. You wonder how it got here in the first place. Another mystery about this island. As you near this cliff, you get a very odd sensation. There is a very strange presence emanating from this place. It is very subtle, but you can feel it.
Al-Zabadisha. We discovered these ancient alien ruins. The force field generators we found produce an illusion concealing our base. These alien weapons have been vital in our operations against Vikida.
Amazing! You have never seen anything like this. These projectors are quite advanced, more so than a mere tribe of Nephil could ever hope to construct. This may explain why this island was so difficult to scry. You wonder who or what created this. Four nephilim archers await behind a sturdy stone wall. They seem quite surprised to see you. Klinger's presence, however, reassures them.
These archers are merely token guards, greeters at the gate. The force fields are our real defense. If those fall, they would only be able to hold off an attack, not stop it. We must bring Chief Suvar the word that Asmur has fallen. He will not be pleased. However, these scrolls may give us an advantage if they are as Lanther said. Suvar essentially lives in the planning room. It is in the eastern building. He is a truly great leader, but I suspect he is starting to run out of energy to lead our cause. Our fight tires him, and us all.
You remember this woman. She was the shaman in Vikida. When you last saw her, she was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Now she seems relaxed and in deep thought. She, of course, recognizes you too.
Welcome again, friends. I'm glad you made it here. I hope my assistance was helpful.
Referring to the potion she gave you. Why did you join the resistance?
My days in Vikida were numbered. I became victim of the politics there. Another wanted my position as head shaman and fabricated rumors about me. I knew that I had little chance. One named Nablar identified me as a potential ally and approached me. The choice was simple. I escaped with him before the soldiers came to arrest me for crimes against the tribe. Now I can never go back.
Is that common in Vikida?
I regret to say that it is. Arrivan's rule is dangerous, fraught with competition and constant vying for political favor. She sees this struggle as some holy survival quest. I see it as a reaper of lives. I hope to stop this one day. If she can be defeated, we can install a new order based on fairness and equality. It is what I always believed anyway, but I could never voice my views before this.
Who is Nablar?
You might have met him. He's one of the Resistance's primary agents in Vikida. He travels back and forth bringing information and supplies. I believe he is in the practice area that way.
She points to the west. You recall this gruff nephilim. You spoke with him earlier in the bazaar in Vikida. You had suspicions that he was involved in the resistance, but his presence has confirmed them. Currently, he is practicing with a crude long broadsword. He puts it aside and approaches you.
I see you have chosen to join us. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Why did you join the resistance? He smiles.
My reasons aren't like everybody else's. Most came here because their village was purged or were exiled for some reason or another. I joined on my own because it presented a unique opportunity. I like my tribe of Vikida, but I disagree with the course of action. More importantly, I want a say in the future process after we remove Arivan from power.
So then I take it you are motivated by power? He chuckles.
You might say that. Suvar knows of my ambitions for Vikida. He encourages them, so long as I keep them to myself. I cooperate with both sides and act as a double agent, gathering information. You see, playing both sides, while maintaining loyalty with the resistance, gives me the greatest field of vision. Once this is over, my perspective will be vital in re-establishing order.
You are pretty confident that you will win.
Oh yes, I am sure we shall. Arivan is a strong enemy, but she is ultimately narrow-minded. This will be her undoing. So long as we stay hidden, she has no chance against us.
I have another question. What do you do here?
I act as an information agent. I go to Vikida and gather knowledge and bring it back here, along with other supplies and such. I just restocked our supplies, if you're interested. Since it costs me money to get these, I have to charge for them, but my rates are reasonable to our allies.
I could use some supplies. Nablar brings supplies from the outside world. Because this involves bartering and often a good deal of risk, he charges a reasonable rate for them. You finish shopping. A very old Nephil shaman with graying fur putters about with a limp in this crude magic lab. He looks you over carefully with his clouded and ancient eyes that seem to peer deep into your essence. He nods and introduces himself.
I am Olander. Welcome. I take it you come from far beyond. I have long wondered about the world past the sea. I would like to ask you some questions sometime.
What do you want to know about the outside world?
Oh, many things.
He replies with a low and scratchy voice.
Many things indeed.
He trails.
But you look tired, and I wish to think about my questions before asking. There will be time later.
How did you come to be a part of the resistance? He smiles.
I was actually a founding member, along with Suvar and a few others who have fallen in our war. Suvar was originally a leader in the Vikida army, a friend of Arivan. I suspect more than friends actually. He helped her come to power, an act that he regrets. But that was before she became mad. I knew Suvar in those days. I had a hut not far from Vikida. Back then it was just a normal village and not some great city like Asmur. I'm an exile from there, after the civil war.
Tell me about Arivan and Suvar.
I never really knew Arivan. She was always a bright shaman, the best in her tribe. She had many great ideas for the advancement of her tribe. None of them involved the quest for purity that now consumes her. After the old chieftain died with no heir, there was a struggle for power. Suvar helped Arivan come to power. They were both leaders. She led the civil affairs and he the soldiers. Vikida became a powerful force like Asmur was. But then Arivan began to think sick thoughts, the same thoughts that once plagued the people of Asmur. A need to perfect, to purify, to cleanse. These thoughts were contagious and infected the tribe like a disease. Suvar refused to execute the people of his own village for such non-offenses as being imperfect. He was labeled a dissident, and Arivan had more pull than he. They tried to assassinate him, but he escaped. He came to me and told me of this. It was Asmur all over again. I knew of these caves, so we came here. We've fought her ever since. The rest is history.
Why do you consider Arivan's goals a disease?
I have long pondered that question. I make no secret that in Asmur I felt the way Arivan did, but I was able to break free. Many were not and were killed in a bloody affair, 20+ years ago now. What is troublesome is that it does not just affect one person, it affects many and all at the same time in a certain area. That was true of both Asmur and Vikida. It is a strange and contagious mental plague. How and why it occurs I wish I knew. If only I could just figure it out and stop it. Maybe that way the horrors can leave this forest forever.
I have another question. What do you know about the strange machines here?
I study them. They are very strange and far beyond anything we know. We have difficulty even comprehending their function. We do not yet understand why they work, but we've figured out how to operate some of them. I suspect they are hundreds, if not thousands of years old. Most of the relics are far beyond usefulness. However, many have still survived. We use one set of devices to shield this place. Also, the machines are highly resistant to scrying. This makes them hard to probe, but it really helps to shield this entire area from Arivan and her prying shamans.
Well, at least now you have some idea why the wizards back home were dead wrong about there being no intelligent life on this island. Can you assist us?
Yes. I help all those who help the resistance. I can teach you some magic, and my knowledge of lore can help identify your items. I charge since often we have to trade with other tribes to get equipment we need.
I would like to learn some magic. Olander is an ancient shaman for the resistance. He teaches the members magical spells to assist in their efforts and has agreed to instruct you as well. You finish shopping.
They are so many. We are so few. Where next?
Chieftain.
Klinger, you have returned.
Asmur brings a gift. Our history.
Asmur? Most peculiar.
This is Valzir, High Shaman of Asmur. There is much to explain. Asmur has fallen to Arivan. We tried to warn them, but it was no use. Their defenses could not compare to her cruel forces. Within a few hours, the village and its people were no more. But, in its dying moments, we were able to secure a gift. They gave us several scrolls. Within our promise to be the secrets of the people of Asmur, secrets we have long sought.
Bittersweet news indeed. Asmur was perhaps the last force in this forest besides us that could have stood up to Arivan. If only they had the will to do it. I must say I will never understand their ways.
Valzir responds.
Our ways were our lessons from our history. We were once like Arivan, bent on the purification of the Nephil race. We overcame it, but at a great cost to our people. The idea of perfection is so contagious that we decided to isolate ourselves. Those who pondered it were banished. We tried our best to seal ourselves off. We wanted no part in it.
Suvar replies angrily.
Then you should have known best to fight against it. Did you seriously think Arivan would leave you alone?
Valzir returns passionately.
Fight? And then what? The idea of perfection is so strong, it cannot be stopped. Another movement will rise to take its place as it always has. You have heart, but not vision. Our history gave us wisdom.
The tension in the room is growing very thick that you can almost cut it with your swords. The disagreement between these two groups is like a festering blister that at last ruptured. Finally, Klinger interjects.
Please, we are allies now. Perhaps they are right, and another movement will rise. But now we have one out of control. It must be stopped now. The future can be dealt with later.
With the tension relaxed, the room seems to cool substantially. Suvar sighs.
You're right, Klinger. Valzir, let us see the scrolls. Any help you give will be useful to us. We will now discuss new developments and plan our next move. You may rest here, in the quarters just to the west of this structure. The people here will help you as best they can.
Suvar, Klinger, and Valzir are discussing plans for the future of the resistance. Klinger is filled with suggestions about where they should go next, while Valzir explains the relevant pieces of the Asmur scrolls. Suvar listens to each carefully. Often there are disagreements, but like any strong leader, he is able to reach a compromise between the two or at least explain why one is correct and the other is wrong. Unfortunately, they are far too busy to speak with you right now. The guard stands at attention, observing you carefully. He has never seen people from off this island before, and he is undoubtedly curious, if not a little afraid. Eventually, you break the tension and introduce yourselves. In turn, he proudly pronounces,
I'm Noland. I'm a resistance fighter.
Why did you join the resistance? His eyes get angry.
They killed my village, but many of us escaped. We hid for weeks, but were captured. The resistance attacked and rescued us. All the survivors joined. Arivan must pay for her crimes.
He mutters coldly. What's behind the door? He pauses, not sure if he should tell you.
A bunch of tunnels that lead deeper into this hill. There's also something the shamans are interested in. I hear it's some kind of doorway to many places.
Think we could see it? He shakes his head.
My orders are not to let anyone pass without permission. Only Suvar can give that. Until I hear otherwise, I must keep you away.
The Imperial Army would admire this young Nephil's obedience. That's all for now. Thanks. This young Nephil woman protects this doorway with a crude but effective short sword. She is made nervous by an outsider's presence, but tries to look at you as if she has no fear. Who are you and why did you join the resistance?
I'm Andra. I guard this passage.
She pauses briefly.
I came after the people in my village mysteriously vanished. Several of us were out gathering berries. When we returned, they were gone. We were scared and alone, but then Klinger came and brought us here. That was 3 years ago.
Did you ever find out what happened to the people of your village? She looks down.
They were murdered by the shaman. Not our shaman, but an imposter from Vikida. They say he is able to assume the identity of other people using his magic. I've heard all the bodies were placed in a compartment behind the shrine. I haven't the courage to go back there yet.
Do you know anything about this imposter? She shakes her head.
They say he kills an important member of a tribe and assumes his identity.
She pauses.
Come to think of it, he could even be here. We should watch for him carefully. Believe me, what I wouldn't give for the chance.
Her voice trails off. Out of curiosity, where was your village? She thinks of the best way to describe it.
Not far from Vikida, if you know where that is.
You nod.
Southwest of it. I wouldn't go there. Not much left anyway.
You are willing to bet that was the first village you encountered. At least you know a little more now. That's all for now. Thanks. The guard blocks your passage. Whatever lies behind this door, you are not meant to see. Suvar said you can rest on these beds. Nice accommodations, considering most of the resistance sleeps on mere furs on the cave floor. The journey has been long and tiring. You can definitely use the sleep. Take a rest. Meanwhile, Suvar, Klinger, and Valzir are looking over the scrolls. Suvar ponders.
There is so much here. It will take us much time to learn all this. Your knowledge of teleportation will be useful to us. We have an ancient teleporter we are perfecting. However, I find the notes on the lost city to be most interesting. You call it the source of the power. What does that mean, Valzir?
He shakes his head.
Only Lanther saw our scrolls. I know not for sure. But there are some who believed, that our advancement during those dark years was far too great and beyond natural.
Beyond natural?
Klinger asks. Valzir shrugs.
Those theories were not very popular. They offended a certain sense of pride. Lanther probably knew about it, but wanted no part of it. Going near could have spurred another movement. What we will find at the Lost City, I know not. The legends say there was a place before our movement. A place that went too far and summoned foul creatures. Now the city is haunted, they say.
Suvar muses.
It sounds risky. We have few to spare, and, if we look at the map...
He puts his finger on the map and draws a line from the location of this base to the Lost City.
It is quite far.
Klinger interjects.
Perhaps we could use teleportation. There is a teleportation platform near there. It should not be too hard to focus onto it. Right, Valzir?
Valzir nods.
Not at all. The platforms are good at that. So long as you get nearby, it will focus on the path to that destination.
Valzir explains how to target as best he can.
But we cannot spare the people.
Warns Suvar.
We have the outsiders.
Suggests Klinger.
They have shown themselves to be quite resourceful. Besides, even if we lose them, it is little consequence to us.
But can they be trusted? We are putting a lot of faith in ones without the drive to be in our cause.
Klinger responds.
They have been trustworthy thus far. I will go with them, however, to ensure the rewards come to us and do not leave this forest.
And I would like to accompany them. I would like to know more about this source that my people believed in. It may be nothing, but I want to know.
Says Valzir. Suvar thinks for a long time, weighing the options and performing the necessary calculus of risk involved.
We need every advantage we can have. Yes, we should go, and as soon as possible. Arivan is probably weak after attacking Asmur. If we can find new weapons, now would be the ideal time to use them against her.
You take a nice rest in the accommodation set for you. You feel completely and utterly restored.
time is running out,
exclaims Suvar.
we must escape now.
He points to you.
We have a special task to ask of you.
Klinger speaks.
There is a place called the Lost City, supposedly haunted. Within is supposed to be the source of some unnatural magical power. We believe it can be recovered and possibly used. In the back, we have a teleportal. Fortunately, we had time to adjust the coordinates just prior to the attack. It will take you near the city. Valzir and I will accompany you.
Suvar interrupts.
Actually, Klinger, I have considered the matters and we need you to help establish the alternate base. Afterward, you will go out to the Lost City and recover them.
Understood, Chieftain.
Klinger nods.
Valzir already knows where the teleporter is. He will lead you there. Meanwhile, we must take the alternate route. Follow him and make haste. If all goes well, we will meet again.
That should hold them. Let's go.
Rumors speak of a secret power located in a legendary lost Nephilim city. The resistance requires this to turn the tide against Vikida.
The teleporter lies down the passage to the west. The ward emits a force field, but it will not hold for long. We shall not be safe until we reach the teleporter. Turn left here. We still have a ways to go and my rune is very temporary. Keep going straight. The teleporter is further to the west. The other corridors twist off into dead ends, and time we do not have. Whatever secrets they may hold, they must remain here. There should be a secret passage at the end of the corridor. The teleporter is not much farther from here. That's good. I sense not all goes well for our friends.
Fall back.
We'll hold them back.
Oh my.
Ah, Suvar. At last, the inevitable.
The secret passage is at the end of the wall. It's a clever illusion. Tough to find.
You search the wall for a secret passage. You put your hand against every surface, each nook and cranny, looking for some indentation or switch, but to no avail. Despite your best efforts, you cannot find it.
You fools. There is no passage.
You turn and look shocked.
I killed the real Valzir months ago and took his identity. Soon I'll be called a hero and Arivan can ignore me no longer. But first, you must go.
You managed to slay the traitor, whatever his real name was. You will probably never know his true identity, save that he was an agent working for Arivan. Now he is dead and the resistance has fallen. You have no choice but to continue to the teleporter now. There is no turning back. The rune emits a force field blocking your and everything else's passage. It was quite hastily summoned, so it will not last long. However, it should give you sufficient time to escape. The teleporter is here. Hopefully the coordinates are correct, for this appears to be your only escape. Enter.
Finally, it is over.
But how?
I have my ways. Pathetic.
Will this work?
I can't say. I hope it does. For your sake. Sure you want to do this?
It must be done.
Well, may the gods be with you.
Goodbye, friend.
Goodbye, Klinger.
You step through the gate and the world whirls around you. You receive a quick jolt immediately followed by another. The colors stop to swirl, and you find yourself outdoors on an old pedestal. A group of spectral creatures wanders aimlessly about this part of the forest. When you get close, they move toward you, ready to drain your life force. Must purify the world. All weakness must be destroyed. Find them, destroy them, cleanse yourself. The voices keep repeating over and over without end. They are starting to get to you, starting to affect your mind. Where are these ideas radiating from? You open this box and find garbage, personal items of little value, and all sorts of random goods shoved inside. The only item of note is a nice silver bracelet. You examine the object and see a glowing blue cross rune exactly like the one tattooed on Arrivan's shoulder. You wonder what connection, if any, this bracelet may have to her. This passage leads down into a dark mine. Descend into the mine. Just ahead you see an eerily glowing nephilim. It looks at you and begins to move toward you with motions much like a puppet. It does not seem hostile, yet at least the puppet-like nephilim approaches you with choppy motions, head lowered with eyes seemingly unaware of your presence. Its body radiates an eerie blue, much like Arrivan's did, but it feels more supernatural. As it gets closer, you notice the thoughts of perfection and purifying the world get intensely stronger. You try to block them out. Could this being be the source? Is this creature the origin of this unusual plague? Continues to move closer. You are getting nervous and reach for your weapons. As soon as you do, it stops and a voice appears from nowhere and everywhere simultaneously. Its head remains lowered and its eyes remain disconnected.
Why do you come to this prison? There is nothing for the living here, only death.
We came here for the secrets of this city. The being says nothing for several seconds. Suddenly, the disembodied voice returns.
Secrets? The only secret here is eternal death.
The voice stops and an eerie silence remains. Prison? What do you mean? The voice answers in its strange ethereal manner.
All the spirits here are trapped forever. This place, a trap for the unlife. Ancient spirits over millennia are stuck here, kept in place by this cursed place.
Who built this place?
Unknown,
States the disembodied voice.
it is very old, predating modern history. These are tools of some long-forgotten war between powerful beings. Tools that remain here today.
Another long pause.
I should know more. I do know more, but it's not here.
Ponders the voice.
Somewhere else, on the other side of the world perhaps.
What are you?
I am the perfect spirit, master of the mind.
Says proudly. His tone turns pensive.
But I am not whole. A shard of what I used to be.
The voice trails. What keeps the spirits trapped here?
The machines. So old, but the defenses remain. The unlife has no hope of touching them. So we are trapped, and there is no escape.
We are alive. Perhaps we can destroy the machines and free you.
Freedom? Impossible.
You hear an odd echo, almost like laughter, but you cannot be sure.
The imperfect who lived here before tried that once. They were consumed by the spirits here. There is no way, unless you perfect yourselves.
The voice suggests in a haunting tone. You get an odd queasiness in your stomach. By the way, what happened to the city?
They settled here. I sensed them, living beings in this forest, imperfect ones. I guided them on the path to perfection. They purified their weak components and built a great civilization. All was well. But then they opened this mine. The spirits within destroyed them. They were not perfect enough. I failed this time, but I found others and others after them. I will not stop until I create the perfect forest.
It was as you had suspected. This spirit infected this place, warping the minds of the lost city, Asmur, Vikida, and who knows where else. Now you stand before it. I think things are good enough the way they are now. Thank you very much. There is a long, unpleasant pause.
No, you are in error. I will show you why. Soon you will see.
The body leans toward you with the tips of its toes on the ground. Physics say it should fall over, but some force holds it in the impossible position. Its odd glow points toward you, slightly off the body, as if you were some magnet. The thoughts return to you in crushing intensity. You see your companions as foes, imperfections that need to be crushed. You must resist lest you will destroy yourself. No, we will not surrender to this. We are good enough as we are. You push back with all the energy you can muster. Suddenly, the body gets thrown back and drags across the floor by its heels in another impossible position. The thoughts immediately cease. The body jolts and seems to come to life. Its motions are now much more fluid, and its eyes now look straight at you with a piercing glare. The creature begins to glow with intensity as it approaches you. You draw your weapons. You strike down the haunted creature. It falls back with a large tear in its ethereal structure. Its form begins to undergo a sort of boiling as it quickly evaporates. A brightly glowing wisp of light emerges from the phase change, quickly begins to fly off. You notice the dark thoughts are much weaker now. Ahead is a very thin nephilim wandering mindlessly. Its body is alive, preserved by strange magic, but it seems to have no mind. This was probably the fate of the original inhabitants of this city. Fortunately, it makes no move to attack you. Cannot think after all.
Must find a higher life form. These creatures are strong. Need an even better specimen.
The center of this room is a very inhuman piece of magical machinery. A wide white pedestal rises from the floor. Atop it rests several golden tentacles with their ends inserted into a brightly glowing orb. Beside it are two power supplies feeding the machine with immense energy from some unknown source. You feel it radiating some sort of magical field, but you have no idea what it does.
These bodies are too weak.
You approach the control panel. It appears to have plenty of power, but something has smashed in the face, rendering it inoperative. Whatever this device did, you will probably never know.
My specimens. You're superior to them. But how? I will become strong enough to break free of this place. I must have you. Come to me. Give me your life.
Suddenly, the spirit changes color. You feel your life being slowly drained from you. With each passing moment, you grow more and more weary. You must find a way to defeat this creature. You realize that you are not strong enough to destroy it. Brute force cannot win. You must find another solution. Think, before it's too late. This was once a large alien structure of some sort. Much of it has caved in, damaging the bizarre equipment. Most notable is a beam fired at a shattered power source, destroyed by falling debris. The wasted energy merely gets absorbed and, with no storage, is rejected as waste heat, so this room is actually quite warm. Strange crystal structures line the gallery to the east, but serve an unknown purpose. You start to feel the drain of the perfect spirit tearing at you. The sense is immense anger. Anger at many things. In particular, you sense the anger at a device, an alien device. That must be it. Somehow you have to find and disable it. There must be a way, but you have to get to it. Every moment you feel yourself getting weaker. You notice the perfect spirit chasing you is growing brighter and brighter as it swallows your life force. Despite this, its hunger continues to grow. The pull is getting stronger. You have to act quickly. The pull is constantly becoming stronger and pulling you ever further down. With every passing moment, the strain becomes more and more unbearable. You have to find a way to defeat this thing. This device is holding the perfect spirit and the others here. You can sense it in the thoughts that are tugging at you. The draining continues without relent. You must destroy this machine. You take your best swing and try your strongest spells, but to no avail. You notice the energy beams nearby produce a lot of energy. You must find a means to redirect the beams in the mind to destroy the relic and fast. Things are getting pretty drastic. You rack your brains for a solution. You must destroy the beams, redirect the energy. Redirect it somehow. Then you remember the mirrors. The mirrors can direct the beams. You think you saw a few somewhere. If you could reach them, you might be able to use them. All you know is you have to act fast. You approach one of the mirrors and you feel the heat from the intense energy being directed. Suddenly, you have a jolt of insight. You hack at the bottom of the ancient mirror and you are able to release it. These things are mobile. Now, you need to redirect the energy sources to the spirit trap device. You feel weaker and weaker. Time is running out. The spirit continues to suck away at all of your living energy at an increasing rate. You realize that soon your healing spells will not be able to do enough to stave off the constant pull. You must get to the mirrors and redirect the energy beams and destroy the device before you completely run out of life force. The strange magical device has been shattered by the energy beam. The sounds of spirits fading into the void echo throughout the cavern. Then all is silent. The stalking perfect spirit is gone, too. Thank the gods. The ancient device must have been holding them here, and now they are free. Hopefully, the perfect spirit will leave this world forever. You find an old alien lab of some sort. Whatever rituals, experiments, or procedures were carried out here, you have no way of knowing. A shattered energy source lies next to a long-defunct beam projector. On the other side of the room appear to be several very old stone pedestals with some glowing texts on them. Unfortunately, most of them seem buried under the rubble. However, one has survived, it seems. You approach the stone tablet. The strange runes upon it reconfigure into a readable language. You read it. This place was built to trap spirit spies during some long-forgotten ancient war. Various traps were placed at strategic locations. When any spirit would draw near, it would be transported here. This is accomplished by a special device emitting a very strong attractive field that binds the spirits here. This pull is so strong that no spirit can escape and is effectively trapped here forever. By now you estimate there to be at least several thousand spirits haunting this island, including that maniacal one you encountered. Unfortunately, there is no mention who put these machines here or how to deactivate them. Whoever it was left a fine mess that they did not care to clean up. This is an old storage room. Some supplies were placed here, but it was probably rarely used. Now it is full of cobwebs, bones, and dust. Not even the wandering undead seem to spend much time in here. A teleporter flickers insubstantially here. It is not powerful enough to take you anywhere. The device seems to draw power from the source behind it. Perhaps if you could recharge it, the teleporter would become usable as well. A teleporter glows brightly here. You have no idea where it will take you, but it may be your only escape from this place. Enter the portal. You step into the teleporter and find yourself back in the resistance cave. The teleporter in the mine must have locked onto this one and sent you back here. You look around and you notice a lot of rock has fallen from the ceiling. Some major event like a large explosion or an earthquake must have occurred while you were away. The body of the traitor is still here. You give it a nice firm kick for good measure. You must be getting closer to the center of whatever occurred. The cave-in was far more intense in this area. You struggle to make your way over the dense rubble from overhead. You enter the Resistance Temple and you see the battered body of Arivan pressed against the altar. She appears to have been crushed by some violent force. Her fur is heavily singed as if by some fiery explosion. It is remarkable that she is still alive. A light aura surrounds her. You guess that her protective magic has been preserving her life, but she is in very rough shape. She probably will not last much longer. She turns and glares at you with an off-center stare. Takes her a while to comprehend the situation.
You were supposed to be killed.
We found this bracelet with your rune on it. Know anything about it? Show her the bracelet.
My bracelet.
She hacks.
Where?
You tell her where you got it. She looks down.
Lost that there, so long ago.
She lowers her head and thinks.
May I hold it?
You grant her request.
So many memories stolen.
She paws the bracelet affectionately. Her eyes look as if she discovered some forgotten past, some dark hidden truth. You see her shed a tear as she murmurs.
Suvar.
She drops the bracelet as her body slumps to the ground. All light vanishes from her eyes and the glow surrounding her grows dark. Arivan is dead. Take back the bracelet. You now get a better look at the scene. Charred and battered bodies are everywhere, many of them trapped under the debris. The surfaces of this room are heavily scorched as if there was some big explosion here. Among all the rubble and carnage, you find a single bow that has survived. You recognize it. This was Klinger's bow. You hope for the best, but you doubt his fate was good. If you wanted, you could take his bow. Take the bow. You take Klinger's bow. 2 is scorched, but somehow it survived. It is a versatile piece of equipment and is yours now. The rubble blocks passage to the rest of the complex. You seriously wonder how you are going to escape. You better look around.
My gods!
Two nephilim make their way into the room using magical spells. The first is an old shaman. You believe his name is Olander. The second is much younger, and, if memory serves, is named Nablar. They survey the carnage in disbelief. Olander especially is shocked. A tear comes to his eye and he shakes his head.
Why, Klinger? Why did you make me be responsible?
You approach the old shaman. He explains.
Klinger sacrificed himself in an attempt to destroy Arivan and her captains. He succeeded, I see.
You ask him how this carnage came about. He looks very guilty.
I didn't want to do it. He made me make him a potion, an explosive potion using the shards of an old beam projector. It worked all too well. He gave his life so there could be peace in this forest. I can only hope this madness has ended forever.
You tell him about your adventures at the mine.
I hope that spirit leaves and haunts no one ever again.
He sighs and clears his throat.
There's a passage to the south. It will take you to a place near the shore. You may use it to leave when you wish.
Olander looks very worn and tired. You can tell the carnage has hit him really hard and that he places much of the blame upon himself. He consistently shakes his head in disgust. I'm sorry about Klinger's loss. Your sympathy clearly is not helping.
There is nothing for you to be sorry about. Klinger made a choice. Now we must do the best we can with it.
What do you intend to do now?
Vikida is in disarray upon the killing of its leader. The survivors of the resistance, few that we are, must return order to the tribe. Hopefully rational policies can be implemented such that Vikida does not turn into another Asmur. It will take many years to rebuild and the damage can never truly be repaired. Lives lost can never be restored. However, we must do what we can. It's all we can do.
He pauses and looks at you directly with his tired eyes.
This will be the task for the young, like Nablar. I'm getting too old for all this. Much too old.
Do you think you have the leadership capable of this?
Most of the members of the resistance are fairly young and very capable. Although our numbers are even fewer now, we should have enough. Suvar has left this forest in capable hands, I think.
He looks over at Nablar and smiles weakly.
Nablar understands the dynamics of Vikida better than any of us. I suspect he will have a bright future in its leadership.
What will you do now if not help rebuild? He ponders for some time.
I don't know. All I know is that the revolution in Asmur, my exile, and then fighting Arivan by helping found the resistance is enough for my life. I am sure I'll think of something eventually.
I have another question. Do you think we will have another purification movement?
I hope not.
He replies tiredly.
It sounds like the perfect spirit you discovered was the source of these thoughts. I hope, now, with its freedom, that it will haunt this forest no longer. However, only time will tell for sure. At the very least, I pray to the gods that I will not have to deal with it again in my lifetime.
Do you have any idea what the perfect spirit was? He frowns.
I do not know, as I was not there. From what you said, it must have been very powerful. It may have been created by the alien technology here, but I do not know. I suspect it will remain a mystery for some time, if not forever.
Nablar remains silent in the carnage. His expression is very passive as he searches through the rubble and debris. What do you think the resistance will do now that Arivan is dead?
We must rebuild my tribe, Vikida. Already, there is much confusion and uncertainty both there and among our ranks. Right now, Olander and I are the de facto leaders of the rebels. It will definitely be a readjustment. We will have to become the new order in this forest. I hope we will be an order of peace and tolerance, and not succumb to the dark path Arivan took.
What challenges do you anticipate?
There will be many, but we will be ready for them. First we have to restore order. In doing this, many of Arivan's sympathizers will likely need to be either placated or destroyed.
He pauses and says in a low tone,
It will be a very messy affair, one fraught with much violence, I fear. However, that is the future and we must prepare.
That's all for now. Thanks. This passage will take you away to a place near the shore. From there you can continue your survey of Valzakov Isle. Are you ready to leave yet? Go down the passage. You head down the passage and, as promised, you find the shore. From here you continue your exploration. You find several mineral deposits and other geological features. You find yourself on a beach far from Vikida. The cost of the fight was high. Arivan, Klinger, Suvar, Valzir, and so many others are dead, sacrificed to an impossible idea of perfection. All of this was caused by a warped ancient spirit, trapped by some alien spirit snare. Its ideas poisoned the minds of the inhabitants of this forest and brought great suffering. You hope now that the spirit decides to leave. You eventually do more exploring and, after a few months, the ship arrives to take you home. A bladesman in the Imperial Navy disembarks and asks for a report.
Anything interesting?
We found nephilim.
Isn't this island uninhabited?
There's more. The dear Ives here practice mass murder on each other.
So, why should we care?
That's not all. We discovered alien technology.
Tell me more.
We found many old bases. One had a device that directs spirits here.
Our mages will be interested.
Afraid it was destroyed, a special spirit was directed radiated thoughts that caused the nephilim to commit genocide. We investigated and found the spirit. To save ourselves, we had to destroy the device.
That's too bad. What happened to the spirit?
It left this world, we hope. With the device gone, it could escape. Fortunately, there are other alien relics on this island. The Empire should explore.
Indeed we will. The Empire is pleased with your report. I suspect you'll get a bonus. Nice work.
Thank you.
Come. We must be leaving. Also, what you saw on this isle is considered secret. Mention it to no one. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's go.
You board the ship and head home. You are given your fee of 500 coins plus a bonus of 500 coins. Not a whole lot for what you went through, but in these times, anything you can get is good. As you sail into the sunset, you wonder what happened to the inhabitants of Valzakov and the alien technology there. You never hear, for the Empire is far too secretive these days, and you never mention what you saw there. You hope the perfect spirit left this world forever. A part of you suspects that this world has not seen the last of its horrible effects. However, those are answers for another day. The end.